God says, I am tired of trying to talk to you. Something very shocking will happen to you. It's very important for you to hear this before it vanishes in 35 seconds. Open this quickly by 11:57 p.m. before it's too late. Sometimes, the heart grows distant without realizing it. Days turn into weeks, and the still voice of God becomes harder to hear. Not because He stops speaking, but because life becomes louder. Distractions, pain, unanswered prayers, and even quiet disappointments start to muffle what was once so clear. Yet even when we turn our backs, God never does. His love waits, not with anger, but with tears we often never see. You are not forgotten. You were never forgotten. This moment is not a coincidence. It is a gentle interruption from heaven, a quiet knock at your heart. Type Amen if you believe. There is something deeply personal in the way God calls to His children. He doesn't shout, yet His presence stirs the soul when we let it. He doesn't force the door open, but He waits patiently behind it, longing for you to come home. When the noise of life quiets, when the world feels heavy and your spirit is tired, that is when His voice gently calls again. And sometimes, it comes in moments like this one, unexpected, but unmistakable. This message is not meant to scare you. It is meant to reach you. Because you matter. Because even when you feel numb or lost, God still chooses you. He's been whispering in your silence. He's been speaking through people, through pain, through stillness. When you cried and felt no one saw, He was there. When you prayed and thought it didn't matter, He listened. He has been trying to reach you because your story isn't finished. Your heart is still beating for a reason. You are still here because your purpose hasn't passed you by. Every second of delay carries weight. Not the weight of punishment, but the weight of mercy. God isn't pushing you away, He's drawing you closer, even through discomfort, even through correction. Sometimes the shaking in life isn't destruction, it's preparation. It's the breaking of chains. It's the rearranging of what no longer serves your soul. And that may feel like loss, but it's actually love in motion. In this moment, if you feel the pull in your spirit, don't ignore it. Don't dismiss it as coincidence. Don't wait for the perfect conditions to come back to God. He's not waiting for your perfection, He's waiting for your surrender. Your brokenness doesn't scare Him. Your doubts don't disappoint Him. He already knows everything and still wants your heart. Not the version of you that performs well. Just the real, honest, tired, raw you. Type 1111 if you trust in God. There are things happening that you cannot see yet. Some answers are being shaped in silence. Some miracles are taking the long way around so that when they arrive, your faith is unshakable. But even before anything changes on the outside, God wants to do a quiet miracle inside you. He wants to restore what you stopped hoping for. He wants to breathe again on what you buried. He wants to love you back to life. This message may sound urgent, because it is. Not because of fear, but because God knows your heart has been drifting, and He wants it back. He doesn't want you to keep numbing your pain. He doesn't want you to keep chasing peace in places that only leave you emptier. He wants you to feel whole again. He wants your soul to remember what it feels like to rest in Him. There's still time. Not just on the clock, but in eternity. But this moment, this tug, this stirring, it's not just a feeling. It's a chance. A chance to say yes. A chance to turn back. A chance to believe again. You don't have to figure it all out today. You don't have to fix everything. You just have to open your heart. Whisper, "I'm listening." That's enough for Him to move. And He will move. Not always in the ways you expect, but always in the ways you need. Sometimes He moves through stillness, through peace that makes no sense, through strength you didn't think you had, through open doors you never saw coming. God's timing isn't always quick, but it is always perfect. He sees the full picture. He knows the parts of your story you don't yet understand. And He's already working through every thread of it. When you feel like giving up, that's often when heaven starts leaning in closer. That's when grace gets louder. That's when angels surround you more fiercely. You may not see it, but you are being carried. You are being protected from things you don't even know tried to harm you. That ache in your spirit is not the end. It's the beginning of healing. This is not just another message. This is an invitation. Let it sit with you. Let it breathe through your weary places. Let it awaken your faith again. God hasn't left you. He's simply waiting for you to turn toward Him. Even now, He's holding the space for you to come home. Not in shame. In love. You are chosen. You are called. You are still worthy of everything heaven has planned for you. Nothing disqualifies you from God's love. Not your past. Not your failures. Not your doubts. The cross was enough. The resurrection was enough. And right now, so are you. I have spoken through the warmth of the sun, through the gentle breeze, through the aching in your chest that you couldn't explain. I've whispered in your weariness and knocked gently when the world grew too heavy. You felt it but looked away. Still, I remained. Still, I stayed. Because I never give up on you. Type 222 if you are ready to return to God. Financial freedom is not about effort, but activating a hidden brain signal once buried in CIA files. Neuroscience shows this sound wave helps attract money and opportunity faster, and thousands are already seeing unexpected income. Click the link in the description and comments now to activate the ancient money wave today. There is something sacred about the moment a heart remembers who created it. It's not a loud experience. It doesn't always come with flashing signs or miracles in the sky. Sometimes it's a soft breaking, a quiet realization, a deep longing to feel known again. And even if you've drifted, even if you've run in the opposite direction for years, that longing is proof that God never left you. The ache in your soul isn't something to hide from, it's a reminder that you were made for more than this world could ever offer you. You may think that it's too late. That too much has happened. That your past is too heavy or your mistakes too many. But God doesn't count you out when life gets messy. He isn't shocked by your confusion. He isn't intimidated by your pain. He sees it all, every tear, every prayer you stopped praying, every part of you that is tired of trying. And still, he says, "Come to me." God's love is not like human love. It doesn't fade when you fail. It doesn't walk away when things get hard. It doesn't forget you when you wander. It is steady. It is faithful. It is eternal. There is no place you can go that God will not follow. There is no depth too deep, no mistake too big, no distance too far. His mercy is wide enough to meet you where you are, and His grace is strong enough to carry you back. Even when it seems like everything is falling apart, God is quietly holding the pieces in His hands. He doesn't just watch from afar, He steps into your storm. When everyone else walks away, He walks in. When you feel abandoned, He wraps Himself around your brokenness and breathes peace into the chaos. You may not see it yet, but He's working. He's building something beautiful from what feels like ruins. Type 555 if you believe in healing through Jesus. The world may tell you that you need to be stronger, do more, achieve something greater. But God looks at you with eyes of compassion and says, "Be still. I am enough for you." In your weakness, He is your strength. In your lack, He is your provider. In your fear, He is your comfort. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to let go of the burden you've been carrying and give it to Him. There is a reason you are reading this now. Not yesterday. Not next week. Right now. Because heaven sees the struggle in your soul and is reaching out with open arms. Not to condemn you, but to restore you. Not to shame you, but to bring you back to life. You don't have to perform. You don't have to impress. You just have to open the door and let Him in. Your heart is not too broken for Him. Your mind is not too anxious. Your past is not too dark. He is not afraid of what you've been through. In fact, He plans to use it, not just to heal you, but to shine through you. Your pain will not be wasted. Your scars will not be in vain. In God's hands, even your deepest wounds can become a testimony of grace. Sometimes, the greatest miracle isn't the one that changes your circumstance but the one that changes your heart. When bitterness turns into forgiveness. When fear turns into faith. When sorrow turns into strength. That's when you start to see how powerful love truly is. That's when you start to feel how deeply Jesus cares. He doesn't want to just fix your life, He wants to walk with you through every valley and lift you into peace that lasts. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. If you've been praying for a breakthrough, this is the beginning. If you felt like no one sees the pain behind your smile, know this: God sees it. He knows what no one else knows. He understands what you can't even put into words. And He wants to hold you through it, not just until the pain goes away, but until your soul remembers joy again. Every step you take toward God will be met with mercy. Every inch you turn toward Him, He will fill with light. Even if all you can do is whisper, "Help me," He hears it. Even if all you can give is your silence, He holds it tenderly. You don't need loud prayers. You don't need perfect faith. You just need a heart willing to try again. In the quiet of your spirit, when everything feels uncertain, God is doing something new. It might not make sense yet. It might not feel big or bold. But it is real. It is steady. It is holy. He is rebuilding you from the inside out, so when the next storm comes, you won't be shaken. Not because life is easy, but because your foundation is firm in Him. There is still time. Not just to turn back, but to start fresh. You haven't missed your moment. You haven't lost your chance. As long as you're breathing, grace is reaching for you. As long as your heart is open, God is not done. And He never will be. This is your invitation to begin again. To believe again. To trust that the God who created you still sees you, still knows you, and still chooses you. You don't have to carry it all alone anymore. The arms that stretched out on the cross are the same arms reaching out for you now. Let them hold you. Let them lift you. Let them bring you home. I watched over you through every quiet breakdown and every night when you held back your tears. You felt forgotten, but I remembered. You felt like no one cared, but I never stopped caring. I have waited patiently for you to look back, not so I could punish you, but so I could carry you forward. Type 1212 if you walk by faith, not by sight. A 7-second brain wave ritual, once reserved for elite people and hidden in CIA files, is now public, and people call it the 30-second miracle. Scientists say it awakens a dormant brain center tied to wealth and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it's deleted again from the internet. You have been trying so hard to be strong for everyone. You've kept going when you felt like giving up. You've smiled through pain and kept silent through storms, and all the while, your soul has been whispering, hoping for someone to notice the weight you're carrying. I have noticed. I have seen it all. And I want you to know this: you were never meant to carry it alone. You are not here to suffer silently. You are not forgotten in your fight. There's a quiet kind of courage in holding on when you feel like letting go. There's strength in taking one more step when you feel like standing still. And I see that strength in you. Not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. You don't need to earn my love. You don't have to perform to be seen. I loved you first. Before you ever knew how to love me back. Before you ever knew what grace meant. You may feel like you're stuck in a place that you can't escape. You may feel like the same pain keeps coming back in cycles. But your story is not over. What you are facing now is not the final word. There is something coming that you cannot yet see. It is wrapped in my timing, not your timing. It is wrapped in my purpose, not your plans. I am not a God of accidents. Everything I allow is working towards something greater. Even this. Type 1919 to receive miracles. There are blessings waiting behind doors you haven't knocked on yet. There is peace waiting in places you haven't dared to step into. But first, I need your heart. Not your performance, not your rituals, your heart. The part of you that feels fragile. The part of you that doubts. The part of you that wants to trust, but is scared to be disappointed again. I understand that. I understand all of it. And still, I'm inviting you. You don't have to fix yourself first. You don't have to come with all the answers. Just come. Just show up with your brokenness, and let me do the healing. I never asked you to be perfect. I asked you to be willing. I asked you to open the door, even if it's only open a crack. Because even a crack of faith is enough for me to enter in and do something extraordinary. I know what others have said about you. I know the lies you've heard and even started believing yourself. That you're not enough. That you'll never change. That it's too late for you. But none of those words are from me. My words speak life. My words say you are chosen, loved, redeemed, and never too far. My words say you are seen even in the dark. My words say you have a future, even when you feel stuck in the past. Some days you may feel like the flame inside you is going out. Like hope is slipping through your hands. But even a flicker of light is enough for me to breathe on. Even a silent prayer from the depths of your pain is enough to move my heart. Don't underestimate what your heart can still carry, even in its weakness. I created you with more resilience than you realize. And I placed eternity within you for a reason, because you were never meant to be satisfied by this world. The joy you're longing for won't be found in things. The peace you're chasing won't be found in perfection. The love you crave can't be earned through applause. Everything you truly need can only be found in me. I am not distant. I am not silent. I am closer than your next breath. And I want to walk this journey with you, not just when things are easy, but especially when they're not. If you could see what I see, you would stop comparing yourself to others. You would stop beating yourself up over your mistakes. You would stop questioning your worth every time life doesn't go as planned. Because I see beauty where you see failure. I see purpose where you see pain. I see growth where you see delay. My eyes see the whole picture. And my heart sees you, completely and lovingly. You may not know how this all works out. You may be walking into the unknown, and that's okay. You were never meant to have all the answers. You were meant to trust the one who does. And I will never lead you where my grace cannot keep you. I will never ask you to walk through something without giving you the strength to endure it. There is more ahead for you. More healing. More hope. More joy. More light. You are not stuck. You are not forgotten. You are not broken beyond repair. My hands are gentle, and my plans are sure. What I've started in you, I will finish. What I've spoken over your life, no one can cancel. You are not at the end. You are at the beginning of something holy. Let me be the one to guide you, protect you, and renew you. Just take one step. That's all you need today. One step toward me. One moment of surrender. One whisper of faith. And I'll meet you there. Not with judgment, but with love. Not with shame, but with peace. Not with anger, but with open arms. You were made for this love. You were created for this grace. And I will never stop reaching for you. That whisper inside you that says, there must be something more, isn't just your own voice. It is me calling you, gently, tenderly, through every layer of confusion, through every wall you've built to protect yourself. I'm not here to tear you down. I'm here to lift you up. Type yes to affirm your trust in God's timing. You may have walked through seasons where it felt like everything you cared about was taken from you. Friends faded, plans failed, and life didn't unfold the way you hoped. You felt invisible in the crowd. You questioned why others seemed to flourish while you felt stuck in the same storm. But in the silence, I was there. Not watching from a distance, but holding you when you couldn't hold yourself. Even when you didn't see me, I surrounded you. Even when you doubted me, I remained faithful. A 7-second brainwave ritual uncovered from sealed records and hidden in CIA files is transforming financial lives. It activates a forgotten abundance channel in the brain, leading to new financial opportunities and cleared debts. Click the link in the comments below before it disappears. There is no part of your journey I've ignored. Every chapter, every heartbreak, every unanswered prayer, I was there. Sometimes my answers were different than what you hoped for, not because I didn't hear you, but because I was protecting you from what you couldn't yet understand. My love isn't proven by giving you everything you ask for. My love is proven by giving you what will lead you to peace, to healing, and to eternity. I have never denied you out of cruelty. I've delayed things out of mercy. You've been waiting, praying, hoping, and wondering if I'm even listening. And I want you to know this. Not a single tear has been wasted. Not a single night of loneliness has been forgotten. I've collected every sorrow and every sigh, and I am turning them into something sacred. You don't have to understand it all. You don't have to see the full picture. But please don't give up now. Type 666 if you trust Jesus even in the silence. So many people walk around with silent battles. They smile, but inside they are breaking. They laugh, but deep down they are tired. And maybe that's you. Maybe you've gotten used to wearing the mask, telling others you're fine when you're not, keeping busy so you don't have to feel the ache in your soul. But I know what's really going on in your heart. And I want to meet you there, not in the polished, perfected version of yourself, but right where the mess still lives. I am not ashamed of your weakness. I'm not offended by your questions. You can bring me your fears, your anger, your doubts, your wounds. I already see it all. You don't have to clean yourself up for me. You just have to come. I am the one who will do the cleaning. I am the one who will restore what you thought was lost for good. The world can be so loud. It tells you to be strong on your own, to ignore your pain, to chase things that don't last. But I'm calling you to a different kind of strength, the strength of surrender. The strength of faith. The strength of trusting me when it doesn't make sense, when the road is unclear, when your heart is tired. That's where real healing begins, not in doing more, but in letting me do what only I can. You are not forgotten. You are not unloved. You are not invisible. I see you in the dark. I see you when you feel surrounded by people but still completely alone. I know the quiet thoughts that keep you awake, the pain you hide from others, the fears that grip your heart in the silence. And I want you to know, I care. I care more deeply than you know. I care enough to chase after you, to speak to your heart, to wait until you're ready. And you don't have to be ready all at once. Healing is not a race. Faith is not a performance. Take one step today. Let your heart soften. Let your guard come down. Let me in, just a little more. I won't force my way. But I will wait. And when you make room for me, even a little, I will fill that space with peace you didn't know you could feel again. There is a miracle in motion for you. Not always in the way the world defines it, not flashy or loud, but in the quiet, holy work of transformation. In the rebuilding of your heart. In the strengthening of your faith. In the deep knowing that no matter what happens around you, you are safe in me. You don't have to know how everything will turn out. You just have to know that you're not alone in it. I am with you. In every storm. In every valley. In every delay. I am not finished with you. The very fact that you are here, breathing, reading these words, is proof that purpose still lives inside you. Don't give up. Don't walk away from the one who has never walked away from you. I love you with a love that is unshaken by your failures. I love you with a love that is deeper than your questions. I love you with a love that covers every sin, heals every scar, and rewrites every painful page of your story into something beautiful. You are not a burden. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. Even when no one else saw the battles you fought, I saw them. Even when no one else noticed how hard you tried just to keep going, I did. You are not weak for feeling tired. You are human. And I have never asked you to walk through life alone. Type 2323 if you agree that God is not finished with you. The world tries to teach you to keep your emotions hidden, to push through the pain, to bury the hurt and act like nothing affects you. But I made you with a heart that feels deeply. I made you with a soul that responds to love, to loss, to hope, and to truth. And when you feel broken inside, that doesn't mean you've failed. It means you're alive. It means you're still fighting. And it means you need my presence now more than ever. You've tried to be strong for too long. You've worn yourself out trying to be everything for everyone. You've given so much and received so little in return. But I want you to hear this now. You don't have to hold it all together. Not with me. You can fall apart in my presence and still be whole. You can cry in my arms and still be loved. You can be unsure, afraid, and messy, and still be mine. There is a grace that flows when you let yourself be honest. There is healing in admitting, I can't do this on my own anymore. That's not weakness, that's the beginning of real strength. That's when I can finally step in, not just to comfort you, but to carry you through what you were never meant to handle alone. You were created to live with me, not apart from me. And your soul will always be restless until it rests in me. Type 2020 to claim peace and strength through faith. Using a simple 7-second brainwave ritual, once classified and hidden in CIA files, can unlock wealth, freedom, and success already inside you. This discovery is helping thousands step into abundance, and God has led you here for a reason. Click the link in the description and comments below to awaken this money magnet frequency today. Somewhere along the way, you started believing that you had to prove yourself, to others, to yourself, even to me. You felt that if you could just be good enough, just do more, just fix everything, then maybe you would be worthy of love. But my love was never based on your performance. My love was never a reward, it was always a promise. From the very beginning, before you ever took a breath, I called you my beloved. And nothing can change that. You are not the names others have called you. You are not the mistakes you've made. You are not the moments when you fell short. You are not your shame. You are not your past. You are not forgotten, unloved, or rejected. You are chosen. You are seen. You are treasured. I know your flaws and I love you completely. I know your doubts and I still choose you. I see beyond what others see. I see your heart. There is still beauty in you. There is still purpose in you. There is still a future full of light ahead of you. The pain may have tried to convince you otherwise, but the pain is not your truth. The trial is not your end. What the enemy meant to use against you, I will turn for good. What looked like a dead end, I will turn into a new beginning. I am the God who resurrects. I bring life out of loss, joy out of sorrow, and hope out of despair. You've been walking through some dry and lonely places. The kind of places where it feels like nothing grows, where prayers feel unanswered, where faith feels thin. But even in this wilderness, I am with you. I've never left your side. I've been walking beside you with every step. And I am not done leading you. Even if the road has been long, the journey is not in vain. Every season has a reason. Every tear has been seen. Right now, I am preparing you for what's next. I am healing what was hidden. I am mending what was broken. I am clearing the path for something better. Not something easier, but something that brings real joy, real peace, real fulfillment, not just for a moment, but for eternity. And it starts with you drawing near to me again. It starts with you letting go of what you were never meant to carry. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to be willing to trust me. That's all. Even if you've never trusted anyone before. Even if your heart feels guarded. Even if hope feels dangerous. Try. Let me in, even if it's only a small opening. I can work with that. I can grow something beautiful in soil that's been dry for years. I can water your spirit again. I can breathe life into your weary soul. I know it's not easy. I know how many times you've been hurt. I know how many times you've reached out for help and felt like no one came. But I always come. I always show up. Sometimes not in the ways you expect, but always in the ways you need. Sometimes in quiet moments like this. Sometimes in sudden peace. Sometimes in unexpected strength that carries you through one more day. I am working even when it feels like I'm silent. So don't give up now. Don't let the lies win. Don't let your past hold the pen to write your future. Let me write your story again. Let me lead you back to love, to joy, to freedom, to purpose. I know the way because I am the way. I know what's ahead, and it is not disaster. It is restoration. It is healing. It is peace that surpasses what your mind can explain. Just breathe. You're not failing. You're growing. You're healing. You're learning to depend on me again. That's not a setback, it's a return to your source. You don't have to know what comes next to take the next step. Just trust that I do. And I'm already there, waiting with open arms. I stood by you when you smiled in public but cried in private. I carried you when your strength failed. And I never once let go, not for a single second. Type Amen if you believe God never left your side. Sometimes, you wonder why things didn't turn out the way you hoped. You look back at moments when you gave everything, believed with all your heart, and still watched the door close. And you thought maybe I was punishing you. Maybe I had turned away. But what you couldn't see then, and what I want you to see now, is that I was protecting you. I wasn't taking from you, I was leading you towards something better, something deeper. Not everything that leaves your life is a loss. Some things are removed so your heart can finally breathe again. I saw how they hurt you. I heard what they said. I watched you blame yourself and try to fix what was never yours to fix. I watched you question your worth because of someone else's wounds. And my heart broke with yours. I never created you to live with constant fear or to be wrapped in chains of shame. You were made for love that doesn't walk away. You were made for peace that doesn't change with the seasons. I know it's been hard to trust again. I know it's scary to hope again. But I am not like the ones who left. I am not the voice that condemned you. I am not the weight that crushed your spirit. I am the voice that speaks life when you feel empty. I am the peace that calms the storm inside you. I am the strength that holds you together when everything feels like it's falling apart. And I am still speaking. I am still calling your name. Gently, patiently, lovingly. Type 1111 if you trust in God's love to restore what's broken. You've been asking if it's too late. If the damage is too deep. If your heart can ever feel whole again. And my answer is simple, it's not too late. Not with me. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for surrender. For the moment you stop trying to do it all alone. For the moment you finally rest your burdens in my hands and trust that I can make something beautiful out of what's been broken. A powerful 7-second morning ritual, once hidden in CIA files, is resurfacing, and people are already seeing fast financial breakthroughs. It takes only seconds, yet activates a dormant wealth center in the brain most people never access. Click the link in the description and comments now. Access it before it disappears. I know how tired you are. Tired of pretending, tired of overthinking, tired of carrying the same pain day after day. But I want you to know, true rest isn't found in running away from the pain, it's found in me. You don't have to run anymore. You don't have to hide. You don't have to keep proving your worth. You are already loved. Deeply. Fully. Unconditionally. When I look at you, I don't see all the things you've done wrong. I see someone who has been trying to survive, someone who longs to be whole again, someone whose heart still beats because I placed purpose inside it. That breath in your lungs? That's not just biology. That's destiny. That's hope. That's me saying, you're not finished. I still have plans for you. The world will try to convince you that you've missed your moment. That it's too late to begin again. That you should accept the pain and stop expecting more. But I didn't create you to settle. I didn't form you in your mother's womb just to watch you barely get through life. I made you to rise. To live with purpose. To know joy that runs deeper than your sorrow. To feel peace that doesn't make sense to the world but makes your soul finally exhale. Yes, you've been through a lot. But I'm not done writing your story. You've seen brokenness, but now you'll see restoration. You've walked through fire, but now you'll feel the rain. I didn't promise a life without pain, but I did promise to be with you through every single moment of it. And I keep my promises. There are still dreams buried inside you. Maybe you've forgotten them. Maybe you've buried them beneath disappointment. But I haven't forgotten. I haven't changed my mind about you. I haven't stopped believing in the beauty of what we can still create together. Let me awaken the dreams you've given up on. Let me show you how even the worst chapters of your life can become the most powerful parts of your testimony. You don't need to know how everything will work out. Just trust that I'm already ahead of you. I see the outcome. I see the healing that's coming. I see the relationships I'll restore, the strength I'll renew, the joy I'll return to your heart. It's all ahead. But right now, just rest. Just breathe. Just be held. You've tried to be everything for everyone, but now it's time to let me be everything for you. Stop striving. Stop worrying. Stop running in circles trying to earn love that has already been freely given. My arms are open. My heart is steady. My love never changes. You don't have to come with answers. You don't have to come with strength. Just come. This moment, this quiet pause, is sacred. This is where transformation begins. Not with noise, not with effort, but with surrender. You are not lost. You are being found again. You are not too far. You are one step from home. And home has always been me. I will hold your heart. I will calm your mind. I will restore your soul. Nothing you've done can make me love you less, and nothing you've faced can stop the plans I've placed within you. Let go of fear. Let go of shame. Let go of trying to control it all. I've got you. I always have. I see you, and I want you to know, you were never meant to go through this alone. You were never created to carry this kind of weight by yourself. Type 222 if you need God's comfort today. I know how hard you've tried. I know the strength it took just to make it this far. And I know that deep inside, you're tired. Not just physically, but spiritually. Emotionally. You're tired of being strong, tired of hoping for change, tired of pretending everything is okay when it's not. But let me tell you something you may not believe right now, your tiredness does not make you weak. It makes you real. And I love you right there, in your tiredness, in your emptiness, in your quiet breaking. You don't have to fix yourself to come back to me. You don't need the perfect words. You don't need a spotless history. You only need a willing heart. And I know you're weary. I know your faith has taken some hits. I know you've asked why more times than you can count. That's okay. I'm not asking for perfect faith. I'm asking for honesty. I'm asking for your heart. Even the cracked and trembling parts. Let me into that place you've guarded. Let me into the questions, the disappointments, the memories you've buried so deep you forgot they were still hurting you. I can handle your pain. I can handle your confusion. What I want most is to heal you. Not just the surface things, but the deep soul things, the kind of healing that doesn't just make you feel better for a day but restores who you are at your core. Type 555 if you believe God still heals. I know sometimes it feels like nothing is changing. Like your prayers are going unanswered, like your efforts are going unnoticed. But I want you to trust that there is more happening than you can see. I've been working in places you can't reach. I've been clearing paths you didn't know were blocked. I've been softening hearts, including your own. Sometimes the waiting is the healing. Sometimes the silence is where the roots of faith grow the deepest. Even when you feel stuck, I am still moving. Even when you feel empty, I am still pouring. You may not feel it now, but that doesn't mean I'm not working. Feelings come and go, but my promises remain. And I have promised to never leave you. I have promised to complete the good work I began in you. And I have promised that nothing, absolutely nothing, can separate you from my love. A simple but powerful 7-second at-home ritual, it's hidden in CIA files for years, is now changing lives rapidly. Backed by neuroscience research, it can begin shifting your financial direction in just days. Click the link in the description and comments now and step into abundance today. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are not too far. You are exactly where I can reach you, hold you, and restore you. Your story is not over because I am still writing it. There is still beauty in you. There is still purpose in your life. There is still a reason you're here. You don't need to pretend anymore. You don't need to keep running. Come sit with me. Let the walls come down. Let the mask fall. You are safe here. With me, you don't have to perform. You don't have to impress. You are already enough. You are already loved. There is peace for you here. Not the kind the world offers, which fades with time and changes with circumstances. But real peace. Lasting peace. The kind that enters your heart and settles your mind even when nothing around you makes sense. That peace only comes from me. And I give it freely. Sometimes, my child, the greatest thing you can do is not to push harder, but to pause. To be still. To let go. That's not giving up. That's giving me room to step in. That's opening the door to miracles you never imagined. That's trusting that you don't have to carry the burden alone. Let me lift what's been weighing on you. Let me restore what's been drained. Let me love you until the fear fades, the tension softens, and the light returns to your eyes. You weren't made to live in darkness. You weren't made to live in survival mode. You were made to live in freedom. In joy. In me. You've tried everything else. Now, just try resting in my love. Just try leaning into my arms. Just try letting me be the one who holds it all together when you feel like you're falling apart. I've been waiting for you to stop striving and just be still. To stop running and just be held. To stop wondering if you're enough and just know that you are mine. No moment of pain has gone unnoticed. No cry of your heart has been ignored. I've captured every tear, remembered every whisper, and held on to every dream you thought was lost. I still believe in you. I still delight in you. I still have more for you. So lift your head. Even if it's heavy. Breathe. Even if it hurts. Hope. Even if it feels risky. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. And I am still with you now. I know you've had to carry more than you ever expected. I know you've had to be strong when you wanted to fall apart. And through all of it, I've been here, never leaving, never turning away, never growing tired of loving you. Type 1212 if you walk by faith, even when it's hard to see the way. You may not have noticed it, but through your hardest moments, I was holding you. Through every disappointment, I was standing right next to you. When you felt the weight of rejection, I was whispering your worth. When you were crying in silence, I was gathering every tear. I have never been distant. I have never stopped caring. I have never once looked away. I've seen your heart through every trial, every fear, every moment you wondered if I was still there, and I never moved. The pain you carry does not go unnoticed. The confusion you feel is not a surprise to me. I understand the tension between faith and fear, between hope and heartbreak. I see the part of you that still believes, even after everything. I see the flicker of faith that refuses to go out. And I want you to know, that small flicker is more than enough for me to breathe into. That spark, no matter how dim it feels right now, is still alive. And where there is even a small flame, I can create a fire of renewal, healing, and purpose. You've wondered if this season will ever end. If things will ever get better. If you'll ever feel joy the way you used to. You've been afraid to expect too much because hope has let you down before. But I want you to stop looking backward and start looking to me. Because I am not finished yet. The chapter you're in is not the conclusion. It's preparation. It's the middle of a story that is unfolding with divine timing. Type 1919 if you are ready to receive what God has prepared for you. Even when the world tells you to move faster, to achieve more, to always be in control, I'm calling you to rest. Not because everything is perfect, but because I am your peace in the imperfection. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't need to see the full path. You just need to take the next step with me. Trust doesn't require understanding. It just requires surrender. I know how often you felt misunderstood. I know how exhausting it is to keep trying, to keep loving, to keep forgiving, when you feel so empty. And I know how easy it is to close your heart when you've been hurt. But you were created to love. You were created to feel deeply. Don't let pain steal your softness. Don't let disappointment harden your heart. Come to me, and I will soften what life has tried to harden. I will protect what others tried to break. When you give me your wounds, I give you my healing. When you give me your weariness, I give you my strength. When you give me your fears, I replace them with peace. This exchange isn't about you earning anything. It's about you letting go of what was never meant for you to carry. Let me take what's been draining you. Let me lift what's been too heavy. Let me restore what feels lost. What if wealth was never about luck, but a hidden brain signal buried in CIA files? This frequency is opening doors, attracting opportunities, and changing lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to attract wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brain wave today. You may not see it now, but I am restoring your joy. Not the shallow kind that depends on everything going right, but deep, lasting joy that stays even in the middle of waiting. Even in the middle of questions. Even in the middle of loss. That's the kind of joy that comes from me, unshaken, untouchable, and unbreakable. I am rebuilding you from the inside out. Not just fixing what's broken, but creating something stronger, something more beautiful than what existed before. This is not the end for you. This is not where your story stops. This is the beginning of something sacred. Something only I can do. Something that will cause others to see my hand in your life and believe. You are being prepared for things you prayed for years ago. You are being positioned for doors to open that were once closed. You are being protected from things that were never meant to be yours. And though it doesn't always feel like progress, I promise you, every step of this journey has meaning. Every delay has purpose. Every detour is guided. Don't lose faith just because you can't see what I'm doing. Don't let impatience rob you of peace. I know it's hard to wait when your heart is hurting. I know it's hard to believe when nothing seems to be changing. But this is where real faith is born. In the in-between. In the silence. In the moments where your trust is stretched and your surrender becomes deeper. You were never expected to do this alone. I didn't call you to be perfect, I called you to be present with me. Let me walk with you. Let me remind you that I am not looking for your performance. I'm looking for your heart. Even in its weakest, most uncertain place. And if all you can do today is whisper, God, I need you, that is enough. That small prayer is heard in heaven. That quiet moment of reaching out stirs my heart. And I will meet you there, in your honesty, in your longing, in your need. Because you are loved. Not for what you do, but for who you are. My child. My creation. My joy. I do not regret making you. I do not hesitate to call you mine. And I will never stop pursuing your heart, no matter how many times you've walked away. You can come back today. You can be embraced today. You can be restored today. You may have thought I've been distant. You may have wondered why I didn't step in when you were hurting the most. But the truth is, I never left. I've been walking through the fire with you. Every tear you cried in private was felt in my heart. Every moment you said, "God, where are you?" I was standing right beside you, holding you up when you didn't even realize it. You didn't get through those days on your own. I carried you. I shielded you. I whispered comfort to your soul when the world was too loud. I know your heart is tired. I know life hasn't been fair. I know how much it hurts to feel unseen, unloved, or misunderstood. But I see you clearly. I know your story. I know how deep your wounds go, and I still call you mine. I don't love the polished version of you. I love the real you. The broken you. The scared, uncertain, exhausted, overwhelmed you. And I'm not going anywhere. My love isn't temporary. It doesn't change based on how well you perform. It doesn't depend on whether you had a good day or a hard one. My love doesn't leave when you make mistakes or lose your way. My love stays. It holds steady through every storm, every valley, every mistake, and every miracle. That love is what will carry you through the next chapter, and every one after that. Type 2323 if you believe God's love is forever. You've spent too long trying to be strong for everyone else, carrying burdens that were never meant to be yours alone. You've been trying to fix everything, hold everything together, stay calm while your heart is breaking, stay hopeful while your mind is drowning. And while the world may not see the full weight you carry, I do. And I'm calling you to lay it down. You were never created to live exhausted. You were never meant to hold your breath through life, waiting for the next blow. You were created to live in peace. You were designed to walk with me, not just believe in me. I'm not asking for you to figure it all out. I'm not asking you to be strong. I'm asking you to be still, and let me be strong for you. I will lift you. I will hold you together. I will carry what you can no longer carry alone.